Well, hello folks, and welcome to my Shell Buzzy Host Mart coffee break. We've got an interesting presentation today, and you might wonder what it has to do with home improvement, but let me tell you, it has a lot to do with home improvement because it keeps those children interesting within the industry of critters. And what kind of critters? Well, let's talk to Sharon here. How are you doing, Sharon?
Good, thank you, Shell.
Sharon's with the Urban Safari Rescue Society. And you might wonder what it is. Tell the folks what rescue really relates to when it comes to safari and all that.
Thank you. Well, we are Urban Safari Rescue Society, as Shell said. We rescue and provide sanctuary for exotic animals of all kinds, everything from insects to small mammals, and I have a couple I brought along with me. We also provide public education about animals and animal issues, conservation issues, and that sort of thing. So we have a lot of in-house and outreach programs that we do in the community to teach people about animals, how to care for animals, what animals make good pets, what don't make good pets, conservation issues, and so on.
Well, it's really interesting to me because first of all, our grandson, folks, is very interested in the Urban Safari Rescue Society because working during the summer as a volunteer is really very helpful to understand critters and animals and taking care of them, feeding them. But I always found it quite interesting because, you know, you come along at times at Easter, for example, people will buy rabbits for kids because rabbits are kind of associate with Easter, and but snakes and reptiles, and in fact, you have a brand new reptile that just was, I guess, brought in, and now you're caring for it. And what was the name of that? I wrote it down. My goodness, it's an aquatic amphibian.
Yes, they're amphibians. They're actually salamanders, and they're called Mexican axolotls. We just
almost sounds like a suntan lotion.
Yeah, we took in 4 of them recently, and the story behind those is that their former owner was downsizing their housing and didn't have room for these animals, and that's a common thing that happens with animals in general, but exotic animals in particular, because exotic animals tend to live longer than most dogs or cats, for instance,
or hamsters,
or a lot of them do. Also, when people move into, say, a strata unit, most strata councils don't allow exotic animals, so there's a lot of life changes that people go through, and then they find that they have to find some place for this animal, and they bring it to us.
And you people, being a non-profit organization, rely on fundraising efforts, which we quite often get involved in those efforts, and we enjoy every moment of it. And we love also raising funds to build pens and cages and building additions and doors and windows and all those things as well. But you know, one of the most interesting things I find is the caring that you people have for these. I mean, they almost become part of the family, and
they do.
You know, and I know you brought along a couple of items here today, and you know, some people just don't really know what you do have in the facility. And incidentally, if you do live in the Greater Vancouver area, or if you're coming to the Greater Vancouver area, and if you're coming from stateside, or if you're coming from anywhere throughout the province of British Columbia, or Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and eastward, then when you come on Highway number 15, Highway 15 off of number 1 highway towards the border, they're right between 16th Avenue and 8th Avenue, heading for the border, and there you'll find a beautiful building there, all colorful, and it's called the Urban Safari Rescue Society, and you can go in, and really donations are always accepted, and
we're always grateful for any donations, and we're certainly grateful for the help that you provided for us, Shell.
Well, we love doing that sort of thing, anything for children, and you know, it's seeing people like yourself and your volunteers. They really do care for these animals. Let's bring one of those out now. I understand you got a turtle now?
Yes, this is...
Boy, that's an interesting little fellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We call him Mr. Pierce.
Mr. Pierce.
Yes. This is a three-toed eastern box turtle. He's fully grown, and unlike most other turtles, they are a completely land-based turtle. So they don't know how to swim, they don't go in water, and they just live on the land. And you can see that
holes in his...
He does. His former owner, we call him Mr. Pierce because his former owner thought that it would be a good idea to drill holes in his shell. You can see there's holes here and here and a couple other places, so that he could attach helium balloons to the turtle. And so when he had the turtle in his backyard and it was wandering around, he'd always see where the turtle was. Well, you know, on the surface that might seem like a creative idea. However, drilling into a turtle shell, any turtle shell, causes it a great deal of pain and distress, because on the underside of any turtle or tortoise shell, there's nerve endings. And in fact, you can see right here, this is his spine.
Well,
Okay? So any hole that would be drilled into his shell, he would feel it. It would cause him pain and distress. And if you want...
Oh, thank you. Hi. Hey, you know what? It needs a diaper.
Yes. Turtles doing what turtles do. So if you want to take your fingernail and just, you know, scratch it or bump it or something like that, that will give you an approximate idea of the feeling that they have underneath their shell. And you know that if you whack your finger with a hammer or something, it hurts, right?
Oh, yeah.
So same idea with turtles and tortoises. So, you know, you're always gentle with their shells. You give them a nice gentle caress or a stroke. They can feel that. Don't ever bang them, hit them, drill them,
or stand on them.
Or stand on them. Their shell does provide them with protection. That's what nature intended it to be.
Wow.
But they don't. You know, nature never intended it to be drilled.
Oh
through.
no! I mean, I can't imagine why anybody would even think that they could drill into a shell, because under a shell there's got to be like skin.
Yes.
And there's got to be the body of the turtle itself. And,
and nerve endings. And
well,
so on.
Good on you there. That it didn't hurt to the point that it did you a harm. So by golly, you're quite a looking little guy, I think. Look at the face. But boy, oh boy, you can sure let a load of water off whenever you want.
Sorry about that. Well,
you got it real live right here on the coffee break, folks. And that wasn't coffee.
That's life with animals.
Yeah.
They're unpredictable.
Yeah. And you got another character in there as well.
Yes. Give me just a moment.
Anybody that likes snakes? Oh, I tell you.
We have a lot of snakes at our facility.
Not only do you have snakes, but you got alligators. You've got
We have no alligators. No.
No, you did have.
That was quite a few years ago, and then the province changed
the rules and
laws.
Yeah.
And brought in the Controlled Alien Species Act, so it's not permitted in the province of BC to have crocodilians, primates, venomous snakes.
Yeah.
Some.
Ooh, look at that! Whoa, hello there.
Lizards.
I hope you're happy.
Yes, he's happy. This is a ball python, and ball pythons are a very common snake pet that people get. They're quite docile. They don't grow very big. They grow somewhat fat. They're native to sub-Saharan Africa. And beautiful patterns and so on.
Yeah.
And they're a nice, gentle snake.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's really something, folks, when you see the caring of animals and mammals and, be aquatic type of animal or whatever, fish. You'll see fish there as well, birds. It's all there at the society. And let me get it straight. It is the Urban Safari Rescue Society. You can look it up, you can Google it, and you can see what we participate in many, many times a year to facilitate them with areas of protecting and taking care of these animals that are not wanted anymore. And but I'll tell you, not only do they have a lot of tours through their facility, school children come out for educational classes. They have bus loads of people go out for tours, and it's all by, you can make a reservation and have it all set up. They can have classroom presentations and even have lunch and birthday parties. So it's all there for you. So make a real big note on your bulletin board or on your chalkboard at home. The Urban Safari Rescue Society. And if you'd like to partake in participating in donating or contributing to, like we do, we would sure love to see it happen. We just want to let you know what we do for a lot of different organizations that have to do with children and education. That's where our part within the home building and restorations and renovations comes to be a big role in the industry of well, family outings. So see for yourself this wonderful facility on Highway 17 between 16th Avenue and 8th Avenue as you're heading towards the U.S. border. It's just that easy, folks. Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you very
Sharon,
much,
it's been really a pleasure. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.